night. Dance to the rhythm, let it flow. Here comes the Rypple Effect, let's go.
Welcome to the Rypple Effect podcast, and we have Kimberly Teagan for round 2, the great and powerful. Welcome.
Good morning, Noah.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for having me back. And you know what? That music that you play right before we show up.
Yeah?
It just, literally, I'm not probably very good on the guitar, but air guitar, man, I can.
You can rock the air guitar?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Where'd you get that song? What'd you do?
Yeah,
You did something, didn't you?
That was an AI. That was an AI that I prompted. And I said I wanted to have these elements, and then it just made it.
Wow, I could see you on the guitar.
I mean, maybe you can see me on that thing, on the Gong.
I can see you on the guitar, yeah. Do you play?
I had a guitar. I don't play. I have tried. I know how to play Ode to Joy. That was the one thing I learned.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. Right. Basically picking. But, I learned a couple of things from like Smashing Pumpkins and, a couple riffs like that. So it's fun.
Yeah.
But I'm not musically inclined, surprisingly. Not very.
Well, you fooled me because that was pretty cool.
Was that good?
Yeah.
Well, I can tell the AI what to do.
Perfect. See, the great Noah of Oz.
Oh, my gosh.
The all-knowing and the all-seeing. He'll tell you no, but I know better.
Yeah. Thanks, Kim.
Yeah, this is fun. Last week was, I was so euphoric after, just a natural, high on life. Just to be spending time with you and talking about all these deep dives.
Yeah, it's not surface level spiritual stuff we're really talking about. This is kind of like second level, third level. People that are on the seeking path usually will find stuff like this that we're talking about, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The seeking.
Yeah.
I always go back and forth. I'm seeking, I'm not seeking. I'm learning, I'm not learning.
Yeah.
Right? That's the rest and recycle, right?
Absolutely. And you need time to process and download as you are.
Yeah.
Seeking. I remember a couple years ago I was like, okay, it's time for the teacher. I want a teacher. I want a new teacher. And what do they say? Something about when you put the intention out there for the teacher when the student is ready.
Yeah.
I kept saying, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready.
Yeah.
When the student is ready, the teacher will show.
Yeah.
So that makes you I'm your grasshopper.
Oh my God! Get out of here! I'm your grasshopper. We are grasshoppers for each other.
Yes, we will learn from one another
Absolutely.
in all of this
100%.
for sure.
I know. Yeah, you're right. When you first of all you put it out there and you say you're ready, usually the shift comes and usually doesn't come exactly when you want it, but it comes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It always does.
And then you see little snippets of the world showing up for you. I have to share this with you. So after we did our first podcast last week together, and I was pretty pumped up all weekend. And so when my father, after my father passed away, he will deliver from the moment that he passed. I have saved
from the moment
that he passed. Okay. I have saved every single penny he has dropped in my way. Whether it's I open up the car door and I look down and there's a penny. And it doesn't matter if it's, heads up or tails up. Or
whatever it is.
It's about the intention, right? So the reason why he's showing up as a penny is, he had this pretty big Pepsi jar. He, working with IBM, was 25 cents for a coffee. So we always had to make sure that he had, coins in his pocket. And we would come home, from work. That's the first thing he'd do is he'd load the glass Pepsi jar. And the Pepsi jar would get to a certain amount. And he'd be like, all right, guys. And he'd come downstairs carrying the big old Pepsi jar and just dump everything out on the table. And we would count it out, roll it, do everything that we had to. And then Dad would take it down to the bank and he would put, half in my brother's account, half in mine. But it, was taking the time to roll and all that stuff. But with the pennies, we always did the pennies last. And we always had to flip them over to see whether or not they were a wheat penny.
Of course.
And so I actually got a tattoo on the left ankle of a wheat penny from my father. So
okay.
On Friday, Dad would always used to call me when he was with me here in this life. He would be, call me on the phone, what are you doing? And I always responded with, I'm doing laundry. And he's like, you sure do laundry a lot. And I'm like, yeah, well, but he would say wash. He would always put the R.
Wash.
Yeah. So he would be like, doing wash again. Yeah. Yeah. So first time I saw the penny, I was doing wash. Saw a penny on Friday, and then it was in the closet, And then I was like, hey, Dad, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I think he had something to say about
Yeah.
the podcast and the book and all that exciting stuff. And then the next day, was doing wash again, went into the laundry room and was swapping out, you know, putting everything in the dryer, and looked down and there's another penny. And I'm like, hey, Dad, what's up? Like for 3 days in a row, Noah. And then on Sunday, Saturday I was putting like a pair of jeans, you know, grabbing a pair of jeans to wear, and they fell out. Okay, so it's always in my closet around clothes.
Right.
Or by the laundry machine, because that's where Dad would put it. Now, that's what happened the last 3 days. I didn't get a penny yesterday, but that's okay. But he has put them in so many interesting positions. I would just be, you know, driving the cart from the grocery and loading and I'll look down, there'll be a penny on the floor. Yeah, I pick it up. Hey, Dad. Yeah. So I have quite a nice little stack of pennies.
I bet you do. Well, you showed me the jar. You took a picture of it. Or you had a picture of it on your phone.
Yeah.
And I think you sent it to me. And it is almost a quarter full, I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less. But there's lots of pennies in there.
Yeah. And he's been gone 14 years.
I mean, I would guess there's a few hundred, maybe 1,000 pennies in there.
Because it's a good size. What would you, like, how would you describe the...
Yeah, I would say probably a foot across, maybe.
Yep. And then goes up kind of like an old milk jug, the glass milk jug with the little, you know, swoop at the end. So
I mean, he's trying to fill that thing up.
He is.
You're like, Dad, maybe do dollar coins.
Exactly. 50-cent pieces, dollar, you know, whatever.
Can I talk about him coming to me or no?
Oh, of course.
Yeah?
I would love for you to. Yes.
So he was excited that we did this podcast, and I picked up on some energy, and he confirmed it with this bracelet that he used to wear all the time. So confirmed that, you know, he's reached out to me and he's very excited that you're doing this podcast with me, I'm assuming.
Absolutely. Yeah, and Noah reached out and he said he was at I think you were at a softball or a soccer game.
Before the soccer game.
And I kept sharing the penny drops, you know.
Yes, you
and
did.
So he, you know,
and you were like, hey, reach out to him. And I was like, well, I'll try, you know, I'll see what's going on. I was like, Kim's dad, if you're around, come talk to me.
Yeah.
And he did.
And then he showed you the bracelet. So my dad it was a silver. It was a silver bracelet that kind of looked like it was braided, but not, I don't know, maybe it just had grooves in it, like a circular swirl groove around it. And he wore it on his right hand. He never took it off. And of course, when he passed, I was able to keep that. So when you had said, hey, does a bracelet like ring a bell here? And I'm like, yeah, it sure does.
It sure does, Noah.
Yeah, it was pretty
Thanks,
cool.
Robert.
You got his name. Oh, no, wait, did I
told
tell you
me.
that?
No, not a second.
Okay. I was going to be like, oh my gosh, you should tell the audience about our telepathy first-time experience.
Are we ready for that?
I mean, we could even show proof that this happened in like a quick...
We could.
We really could. But I think that this is pretty cool.
Do you want to talk about telepathy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, we were just kind of seeing if we could do it.
Ears ringing, super high pitch right now.
Okay.
Right here. So there was just this moment where, like, after it was it before the podcast? No, it was after the podcast, right? And there was just this moment. I was like, I feel like I'm reaching out to somebody. I feel like I'm speaking to somebody. I feel like I'm communicating with somebody. And we picked up on this wave pattern where there was definitely something coming through. We weren't sure what it was. Obviously, it wasn't verbal. It was you usually get images and you use song lyrics, right? I was like, okay, well, let's try something. And I pulled up Stairway to Heaven on YouTube. I sang along with it, closed my eyes with intent, very, you know, sat still, focused in. And what did you send me?
Stairway to Heaven. You guys,
unbelievable.
It was crazy because it wasn't like minutes and minutes and minutes. He just said to me, hey, you want to see if we can do this? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And he's like, okay, I'm going to, you know, give me a minute. I'm going to send you what I'm wanting or what I'm wanting to send you.
Yep.
And so then he texted me and he said, okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
And I'm maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
It must have been in the queue. It must have been like waiting for you to be ready and then it delivers. I don't know what happens because it wasn't instantaneous. It was when you were ready, right?
Yeah. And then I was like, all I kept seeing, you guys, was a staircase. And I was like, It's Stairway to Heaven. And then I was like, oh my gosh, should I text it? And then all of a sudden it's like, text it. So I text it right away. And you guys, I'm not kidding you, within a couple of seconds.
I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up and I'll put it on the screen.
Yeah, he literally said, yes, this is it. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I do believe that we are headed towards that type of communication.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're shifting, our bodies are shifting. Our
Well, it's
DNA,
there. We know it's there.
Absolutely.
It's just there under cover of all this other garbage that we've been, you know, taught. Don't do, don't think, plan everything all the time, everywhere, right? You don't have to do any of that stuff. Anyway, this is Kim's. Text me. I'm going to just hold it up to the camera. I'm not going to like put it on screen or anything.
Okay.
But I'm just going to hold it so people can verify that it is true.
It was crazy. What was the time?
I'll read it off.
Okay, I was going to say, like, at what time did we start, and then when did we get the answer?
So I said, okay, done sending at, what time was this? 12:09 p.m. And then, okay, give me a minute. This is you. 12:10. Stairway to Heaven. 12:11. Yes, 100%. 12:12.
Wow. So
12:12, by the way.
That is a great number.
And then stop from you at 12:12.
Oh my gosh.
And then I sent you a screenshot of what I was listening to on
So
YouTube.
2.5, 3 minutes from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you guys, that's pretty cool. That's pretty amazing. Let's see what else we can do together. Wow.
Kim.
I know, right?
We're just at the surface of what's possible, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, listen, you have a book. I want to make sure we promote that. I want to make sure people know that you have a book coming out. And it's awesome. And you brought a really cool paragraph, multiple paragraphs to read, a snippet from your book, if you will.
Yeah.
No title yet. We're not giving that away.
Yeah. We have the title, but we're not going to give it away yet. We're still in the process.
But as we're in this magical moment of telepathy, let's see if you can telepathy this to other people.
Okay.
Ready?
So this chapter in the book is called The Awakening in the Golden Portal of Light. So this night was like any other, with Marley curled up in his favorite place of all, right on his mom's bed. The blankets were soft and smelled like home. He circled 3 times, then settled into the warm spot where he always slept. Outside, the world was quiet. Inside, the room glowed with softest kind of dark. The kind that feels safe and gentle. Marley's mom reached over and rested her hand on his back. "Good night, Marles," she whispered. His one bright eye blinked slowly, then drifted closed. Marley didn't remember the exact moment when regular sleep turned into something else. One minute, he was resting in the gentle dark, and the next, there was a sound. Not loud or sharp, but low and gentle, almost like the world itself was breathing. Marley's ears twitched. The room was different. The air felt lighter, softer, as if it shimmered. He slowly lifted his head. The edge of the bed beneath him began to glow, just barely at first, like moonlight brushing against fabric. But then he felt it, a faint hum beneath him, low and steady, like a distant song rising up from the mattress. The bed seemed to soften and deepen, as if it were exhaling. The air around him shimmered at the edges, the way hot pavement makes the world look wiggly on a summer day. The hum deepened, not louder, but fuller, like it was calling something awake. Then the room moved, not in a frightening way, not spinning out of control. It moved slowly, deliberately, as if the space itself was turning like a great invisible wheel. Marley stood, his paws steady despite the motion. He didn't feel afraid. He felt guided. The bed beneath him seemed to drift forward, and the walls of the room softened, dissolving into light. The hum grew a little stronger and clearer. Marley's paws tingled. The blanket under him warmed, glowing softly, and suddenly the feeling of being on his mom's bed began to change. It no longer felt like just a bed. It felt magical. The world around him stretched. The walls of the bedroom faded into a gentle swirl of colors, soft golds, blues, and greens, blending together like wet paint brushed across the sky. Marley felt himself being carried, not falling or flying, but drifting through a tunnel of light and color. It felt strangely familiar, like this was always waiting for him. Then, slowly, The swirling faded. Marley's paws touched solid ground, and then he saw it.
Man, when I watch you read that, Kim, just like the way you light up on certain pieces, it's genuine. It's a really nice read. Like, it was really nice to listen to. I closed my eyes. You probably, I don't know, maybe you didn't catch that. I closed my eyes and just pretended like I was listening to an audiobook, and it was awesome.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you. I do. There was a time, I can't remember where exactly, but I actually started getting goosebumps while I was reading.
Did you?
This to you and to the audience. There was like a nice little like confirmation bumps, kind of coming through. So that is when he is, he has the awakening, and he meets the golden portal for the first time. So I think that's a good spot to kind of get.
That's great. Listen, what a great teaser. That book is going to be so fun to read, and you're going to do it in the studio.
Yes.
And you're not going to read it for free for everybody, but you're going to get it for your publisher, and you're going to get the audio clips to them. And if they want the video, I wonder if they would even put the video on. Mm-hmm. I wonder if Audible allows video.
Oh, I don't know. That's something we'd have to
explore.
We'd have to check out. The great and wonderful Noah. So I think you should tell the world a little fun that you did the other day, what you did with the. By the way, you guys, Noah and I are about ready to rip a big gong.
Get your gongs out.
Get them out.
Here we go.
Yeah, let's do it.
So the green one's really good. So this gong is a 32-inch chow gong. I got it from Gongs Unlimited in Lincoln, Nebraska. In the middle of the country. This guy sells gongs all over the world.
It's crazy in Lincoln.
Yeah. I can't play it too loud, otherwise the mic actually gets mad.
I think you should play it. I'll do a little guided meditation. You want to do it? Go ahead and close your eyes and just take a couple of deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And as you're breathing, I want you to go ahead and focus on the word love. 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 See it in your mind's eye. And if love had a color, what would it be? And now I want you to see that word love. I want you to attach the color of what love would be. And I want you to see it swirling into a big, beautiful ball of love. It's spinning so fast and swirling around you. And it's popping out of your third eye and sitting up on top of that crown chakra, encompassing all of you. You have this beautiful bubble of love all around you right now. Now take a nice deep breath.
That was lovely. That was great.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll do that some more.
So Noah told me the other day, he's like, I'm just called. He goes, after my day is done with work, he goes, I'm just called to go and play the gong for Mother Earth, for the world somewhere. So.
Yeah. This was your suggestion, actually, but, it was time. It was ready. I was ready. It was ready for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you had mentioned to me that you had never experienced the sounds that were coming out of it that day because of the sun. Huh?
Oh, my gosh. This thing warmed up. Unfortunately, this gong has been inside way too long. I needed to bring this thing out years ago and let it sit in the sun, let it warm up, because then the tones that come out of it are ethereal. Mm-hmm. They're so beautiful. Literally, I I mean, at some point, I will be giving a gong bath. Maybe just gongs only, not even bowls, or maybe bowls and gongs, whatever. But I'm going to do it outside in like an amphitheater with south-facing sun, so it's nice and warm, you know, or like even west-facing, you know, during sunset or something like that. Just make sure the sun is available and that ball of fire is warming up whatever I'm playing.
I can visualize it like a Red Rocks on a Sunday where, I mean, you have that stage and people just come to just
Chill
out,
Yeah.
meditate, and have just the energy. Could you imagine Red Rocks being filled with tons of people and you're just playing?
Just gong it.
Yeah, you're just gonging it. And, you know, sound bath.
Okay, now I have a question because I've thought about this.
Yeah.
How do I get that thing down there?
To Red Rocks?
Yeah, I mean, you can't, like, you can park at the bottom or you can park at the top, but you can't get to the stage, can you? There's no, like, parking right by the stage level, is there?
I think there is.
Is there?
Yeah.
I got to research
Because think
that.
about like all the concert people.
Yeah, the equipment, it
the
has to be.
equipment and stuff. So there's got to be some kind of a
pull-up.
secret door.
I'm going to find a secret door at Red Rocks
Yeah, maybe.
and pull the gong out.
And pull the gong out, and the world is going to be so much brighter and feeling so just grounded and beautiful after you do it. We should look into it. We should do it.
I like that
It'd be
idea
really
a
cool.
lot. I think that would be super fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Nice day, like one of those days that feels scripted almost, you know, just nice outside and everything just goes, just, you know, chef's kiss, just smooth, you know.
I like it.
Yeah, we'll do it.
We'll have to figure out how
We'll
to
bring
do
it
it. And even if it's not at Red Rocks, right? Like, you know, we can always dream
Yeah.
big, but
Yeah.
you know, they've got a cute little amphitheater up in Silverthorne.
Yeah. There's all
Dillon
kinds of
or
stuff
something. Dillon
everywhere.
Amphitheater or something. Like,
Everywhere.
it'd be a little drive, but it'd be beautiful and
Yeah.
worth it. And just have people come by for free.
Yes. Can you imagine
Yeah.
doing a sound bath in Dillon at like 2:00 in the afternoon on September?
Oh,
Just a perfect fall day.
do you remember
Yeah.
the 21st night of
Of September.
There we go. I think that's an equinox. I think that's a
September 21st. Yeah.
yeah, the 20th or the 21st. So
And maybe
that'd
the
be fun.
leaves are changing up there. Who knows, right? Because they change a little bit. No, maybe not September, but early October.
Yeah.
I know. I love this thing. I've had so much fun with it in the last few months. Just, you know, learning all the different frequencies it can do, all these different mallets. I mean, they are so much fun. This crazy egg thing is so wild, right? It makes such a wild noise.
Did you make that one too? No. Oh wow.
You know, just super fun. I'll tell
Yes.
everybody about this one. So I made this one. Miles, I appreciate you donating your bouncy ball forever to me. I'll have to get you a replacement. And this happens to be a barbecue skewer.
It's perfect.
I put it in my drill, and I just drilled it straight into the ball. And it produces this fun, low frequency.
It's so beautiful. I would love to hear like what our audience is hearing or what are they feeling
Oh, I
when
know.
they actually get those low tones. And
Oh, it's so fun.
yeah, you guys should, if you can and you're at your computer and you're listening, like I would love to hear like how that made you feel when he was hitting that gong.
And I want to hear how you felt when Kimberly was going through the guided meditation.
Yeah.
I bet you everybody felt something.
Or just tell us your color. Like, you know.
Oh, yeah. What was your color for love?
Yeah, exactly. So mine was purple when I was doing
well,
it.
I'm like a red pink.
Okay.
Somewhere in that range.
Yeah. So interesting. It's such
Purple.
it is really a beautiful, you know, I don't know what you do to kind of start your day, like other than your coffee.
Oh yeah, grounding. Yeah.
You know, what grounding really looks like for you. But, you know, it is super important for whether you're spiritual or not.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Routines.
Yeah, routines. And so I wanted to ask you what you do to, you know, kind of keep your feet on the ground. Because, you know, when we do step into this kind of spiritual awakening or whatever we want to call it, like we blast on out of here. Like
Sometimes it gets a little wild, doesn't it?
yeah, and it's hard to stay connected to the 3D, the third dimension. So I've had to really change my routine in the last couple years. You know, well, probably 5-6 years, and because otherwise I'm like floating out. Like I could be driving in a car and I'm just
Oh, like you were on the way to podcast studio today on 470?
Yeah, just enjoying. But then there's times like, oh my gosh, I just missed my turn because I am just so, I know, I'm just,
Of course,
missing my turn because I am so like,
in zone or whatever.
Or just feel so comfortable that I'm speaking with my guides or my angelic team or my loved ones that I am just like almost, I don't want to say robotic because it just feels like there's not a care in the world.
Yes. What is the term? Thoughtless breath.
Yeah.
You just immediately return back to that calm space, that stillness, that calm, whatever it is. Anyway, I did want to bring this up while you're here because we're definitely holding space for each other in here, just high intention, right? And you actually slept like really good after our first podcast.
Thank you, sweet baby Jesus. Because I'm not a good sleeper.
Sometimes the energy is so intense, the sleep is not easy to get, right? Mm-hmm. And you've been connected for a very long time.
Yeah.
So you know how this is. You know how the routine goes.
Yeah.
Especially when they need you to do something. You're not sleeping.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, the song comes up for me as Mr. Sandman, Bring Me a Dream. So I'm pretty sure that you were sprinkling it.
Well, if I'm just help balancing your energy or just give you a minute to breathe, that sometimes helps enough.
Yeah,
right.
It was nice. And then I actually took a nap yesterday too. I was like,
look at you.
Okay.
Getting rest.
So much is just going on because when I am really diving in, actually Source just tells me when it's time to dive into Marley's books and chapters and things like that. Because during the day, I obviously have other things, other jobs that I'm, participating in. Mm-hmm. And so, at night, usually it's after I eat dinner and then I'm just kind of sitting and all of a sudden, boom, my head.
It hits you.
Yeah. And so at that point, it stimulates my mind so much that
how do you know, like, this is a very important question. People, when they start to get energetic messaging, how do you know physically that that's coming at you? Like, what do you key off of? Like, I'll key off of different things. We've been talking about this for the last week or so, like how certain things interact with our 3D, right? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Well, it can come in pennies on the floor. Pennies on the floor, yeah. It can come in as music lyrics. I'll get up in the morning and make some coffee, and there's always music going on in my home. Yeah. There's never, like, music is obviously this, it's love to our soul. It is said that God or Source, whichever you'd like to refer, does not know us by our name, Noah. God knows us by our frequency and our sound. So I will just be, the other day I got up, made some coffee, kind of watered some plants, played with Marley for a little bit, and then turned on. I was like, I got to turn on the radio. What do I want to listen to today? And one of the first songs that came out is by Billy Joel. Okay. I Love You Just the Way You Are. And that was my dad's song that we played at
That was the first song?
It was the first song. And then I was kind of doing things. So I wasn't really I was in and out of the room. So I might have missed a couple songs. And then I think I was talking to you. Yeah. And hung up. And I walked into the room and it was, I know I'm dating myself a little bit with this music, but it was my dad, Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue by Crystal Gale. And I was like, oh my gosh, I had to pick you. We had just got done talking about today, and he's like, what'd you forget? And I'm like, I had to tell you. So, music, license plates, I tried to take a picture of the license plate on my way here. It said infinity, to infinity. To infinity. So I thought that was pretty cool. But, lots of symbolisms. Like you guys, the more that you pay attention, actually, I got to throw this really quick. I dropped this in here. Okay. Drop it in. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Okay, so, angels are by invitation only. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we all have angels, but they don't just show up. We have to invite them into our world, and so the more we invite them, the more they show up. In different ways, shapes, or forms. So, I challenge you. I challenge all the listeners out there today to, if it feels right, course, don't ever want you to do anything that doesn't feel comfortable for you. But
Use some common sense.
call in if you're open. Call into, something like, I call my angels in today to be here with me to help me find a really good parking lot at the mall, or, simple little things.
Yeah.
Whatever. Just call in an angel or two. You don't even have to know their name.
Yeah.
Just, it's me, Kim.
Get a little guidance.
Exactly.
Whatever.
And then start paying attention.
Mm-hmm. Start
Start paying attention to the symbolism that shows up. Whether you're driving and in front of you, the car in front of you's license plate says 2222. Or you look up and you see a billboard and it says Angels Among Us, or whatever the case may be. Like, you have to, it's like, ringing a phone. Hey, angels, I'd really like to talk. Can you give me a call? Can you send me some, some great vibes today? Going to you have a interview with a new job.
Mm-hmm.
Ask them to come in. Archangel Gabriel is an incredible angel for communication, integrity, thoughts, ideas. And each angel has a different, is represented differently for different things. So I challenge you that's out there listening, if you want to.
That was really good. It's where your attention goes, is what you're really saying. Is when your attention is being drawn to something, pay attention to it. Be aware. Mm-hmm. What is it telling you? Mm-hmm. Is there just a little, you're on the right path? Is it, just a little bit of guidance, or what is it? Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. I know. So, and then physically, what do you get? You get bumps usually?
Oh,
confirmation bumps?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Recently they've been
the chills. People call it the chills.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Like sometimes, and there's different kinds, right? Like there's sometimes you can just it drops on your head
top
and
down.
and then from the top down. But recently it's been, I don't know, this was probably 4 or 5 years ago. I started getting more of a Kundalini, where it was from the bottom up, and I was like, wow, this is different. Okay. This is pretty cool. Have you ever?
How long was that? How long
That's
was
probably
that?
4 years ago.
Okay, so I learned channeling in summer of 2023.
Okay.
So I worked on that. I worked on bringing my energy up from the root and up to the crown, and then past, and then out to the ethereal space, whatever it is, right? All those visualization practices, right?
Yeah.
So I practiced that, got myself into a channeling session, which I was absolutely connected. But the practice was what I needed to learn. I didn't really need to learn channeling. I needed to learn that. That's what I needed to learn, how to move my energy from my chakras around. Right. And when we talk about that, that's a wild thing to think about, moving your energy around. But when you start doing this stuff, it becomes very natural. Mm-hmm. You understand how it works. You get to start to feel the feedback your body gives you when you move that energy from one chakra to another. So you're noticing things like if your third eye is lighting up, you're going to have a little physical sensation there. You're going to start to be aware of these things, right?
Right.
You're going to start to notice.
It's interesting too. And there's different kinds of goosebumps. There's different kinds of chill. Like, how
Arm
would
hair.
How would you explain, like, okay, that was confirmation from, source or my team or the angels or whatever. And how would you describe a good chill and I didn't like the energy of that?
Okay. So if there's a combination of, like, if there's a good chill, you notice, like, there's on the back of my back, it'll be very specific tingles in very specific spots when I'm picking up a very positive confirmation. Yeah. And then when I'm picking up a negative confirmation, it's not so much chills back there, but it's just a knowing that something else is going on. It's more like, I'm not going to call it chills, but there's still a confirmation there. But I'm not getting bumps for myself personally. I'm just getting like, something's a little off. Maybe that I'm understanding what I'm seeing, but maybe I don't need to really engage in that too much. Yeah. Or whatever.
Yeah. I think it's an all knowing, Noah. I think you just know when you know, like you go, wait, those goosebumps didn't feel right.
Yeah. Yes.
Just a different kind
that confirmation was off.
A different kind of feel.
I know.
So
it's interesting. It's because it's all different for everybody. Right. But you'll know when. And you start to pick up these patterns. We talk about patterns a lot, but when you start to pick up on the patterns and you start to identify, oh, there's my back again, same spot. Who am I thinking about? What's going on with them? Yeah. Right? It starts to mark, almost make like a mark on you. Like, hey, I know who that is. Yeah. I know what that energy feels like.
And they feel different when they come in, too.
Of course.
Like,
absolutely.
So for me, feminine energy, if I'm doing a mediumship reading, And
There you go.
if I'm doing a mediumship reading
Check,
and
check. Sorry, Kim.
it's okay, you're good. And someone's wanting to connect, because sometimes sometimes clients don't always get the person that they want to talk to.
Of course.
Okay, because I mean, it's really up to these,
They
the
get what
loved
they
one.
need.
They get. Thank you.
They don't get what they want
Exactly.
at the time they want it. They get what they
Exactly.
need.
And so, I don't like to usually ask much. I just say, okay, so we're going to do a mediumship reading today,
Yeah.
and let's go ahead and just do a quick little guided meditation. I need you to give me permission to connect, and we do a little and then energy just shows up, and sometimes it's one person, sometimes it's 2 or 3 people, and so I kind of have to kind of go through each one, but
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to tell you because now
They all come in. They all come in
at
different.
once.
They all
Oh,
come in
yes,
different, or they come in at once. But you notice these different energies, signatures.
Yes,
Right?
and thank you for helping me where I
You're
just
welcome.
left off.
I know because I saw you. Yeah.
Yeah, so on the
bet
left
you have.
side, when I get like energy
Welcome
that
back.
will come in, beam me back down, would you? On the left side, that's typically for me, that's a feminine energy, that's a female energy coming. So if all of a sudden I'm doing
Yeah.
a reading and I feel like this energy up against me on the left side, or just, ever so lightly just touching my shoulder,
Yeah.
I'm going to say, okay, this is a female, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it comes in on the right side for me, it's typically that masculine energy.
Okay.
And so I know what's coming in at least. I might
Yeah.
not, it may take me
Yeah.
a minute before I can, tune into, okay, this is a father figure, or this is someone that you went to high school with that
Yeah.
might have passed. So we will eventually get there. But depending upon what side they come in,
Yeah.
will depend on whether or not they're male or female.
Okay. And then obviously using reason reason to say, okay, I have a male energy. It's coming in, wants to talk to you. What male energy is close to you that may want to speak? Those things kind of evolve logically.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
With reason. Okay. And then you can combine that with your intuition, and then all of a sudden you're like a superhuman. Right?
Well, yeah, it is kind
Kind
of
of.
crazy. I mean, it is kind of crazy too. When these loved ones come in. Let's just use a male energy for example. Actually, I'll share with you a real live like situation. We were up in
This just happened, right?
This actually was a while ago.
This is why. Okay.
We were up in Cripple Creek, and we were just kind of putzing around. Doing
What a
our
beautiful
thing.
place, by the way.
Beautiful, like lots of energy though, lots of souls up there.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So they had a bunch of kiosks up, and there was like a little fair or something going on, like a little farmer's market thing,
Yeah.
if you will. And we had gone into this cute little kiosk, and it was like everything was leather. So she made everything leather, cases, purses, stuff for Harley Davidson, you name it.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was in there kind of putzing around, and I remember I said to the person I was with at the time, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm getting such a vibe on a female energy. The woman that was actually like managing the space. And so I was like, okay, Kim, just, leave it alone. Just let it be.
They never let
shut
you
it out.
alone.
Yeah.
They never.
So we kind of did a little shopping. We were looking, and then I was like, I got to step away for a minute because it came in really like 0 to 60. As soon as I kind of walked by her and I was looking at things, she came up. She was like, hi, how are you guys doing today? Is there anything I can help you find? We're just putzing. And then she left, and I was like, like this, just this big. So stepped away for a little bit, and I was walking away from the kiosk, and I looked over at the person I was with, and I said, I got to go back. So I walked back around, and I started talking with her, and I just said, I got this female energy.
Is that how you approach it? Do you say hello, or do you like, hey, I got this female energy.
So
my name is Kim.
So I usually, I usually kind of give them a little bit, I know this is going to sound crazy.
Yeah, sure.
But I am an intuitive medium,
Yep.
and when I was talking with you in your kiosk, I got quite a bit of energy, and there is a presence that I'm supposed to come back and visit with you, and if you're open to it, I'd like to deliver the message. And she's like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like somebody just celebrated a birthday, or this is the anniversary of a crossing, and I'm getting like an A, like an Anna and Anastasia. And I'm also seeing like some kind of like, there's a lot of like flames around her. She starts breaking out in like tears.
Oh no.
And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God,
Oh
I
my
really
God.
just
I
fucked
just
this up.
opened this door.
Like,
Shit.
and she's like, no. She goes, yesterday was my mom's birthday.
Yeah.
and her name is Anastasia.
Get out of here.
And she passed in a fire.
Of course you did.
And so, it was pretty crystal clear that day, but like sometimes it does require a little bit more work.
Yeah.
Like that day it came in like, it was just like, I know you're there. I know my daughter is open to hearing.
Yeah.
I need you to blast her, with this information. I love you. I'm proud of you. All the things that she said. So probably from start to finish, it was maybe a 10-minute thing, but I didn't just go, here's 2 Tylenol with fire hose. Well, I got your mom. Her name's Anastasia, and she had da 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 da.
I gotta go.
Yeah, see you bye. It was more of a, let's dip our toes in the pool a little bit, and see how, how she feels, like the kind of energy. Of course, you got to read people. You can't just tap them on the shoulder, at a restaurant. And go, hey, you got a really big dude standing behind you, and he wants to say that he knows you're really pissed off at him, but like, can you just forgive him for a minute? Like, I'm just not going to invade people, but when Source puts me, the feeling that day, because I think that was one of the first times it really like came on that strongly.
Yeah.
Because there was a time in my life, Noah, where
It's like somebody grabs you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you stop, you pause, you get
100%.
information for sure. You're like, okay, what?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with that?
Absolutely.
And then you're like, okay, let me look around.
Yeah, and see like what we well, and you don't want to scare people off. Like this was back in probably 2023, 2024. Okay. So like there was a time when I was not baiting the line. I was not talking to my angels. I was not like, it was just like, and I woke up one morning and they were like, if you don't start using this gift, we will take it from you.
Oh.
Like I got that.
Were you
feeling.
taking a pause? What were you taking a pause for?
What do you mean? I just hadn't really, jumped off the diving board, the way that I think Source wanted me to. Oh. So it would show up here and there, but they really wanted me knee deep in this. They wanted me to, this be like a primary thing, not just a here and there kind of thing. So, I was like, when this all happened up in Cripple Creek, I was married at the time. So I said to my husband, I was like, oh my God, like that was like crazy. And yeah, Source pretty much said like, listen, we gave you a gift and we want you to share it.
Don't fuck it up.
And like it's time for you to open up your mouth and speak. Okay. All right. Got it. So that was probably one of the first ones that was like God smacked me.
Listen, man, I've had those moments where you're sitting back and all of a sudden you get this audible message and there, you know what I hear? They tell me this, you're not going to be doing parlor tricks. That's what they told me. And I was like, okay, I don't know what that means, but I guess I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what, because I was probably seeking, I was in question. I'm like, what am I doing? What is going on here? Why am I connected all of a sudden? Why do I have this extra layer of connectivity, I feel like, but over the last 20 years, I've always had some assignment for me, some thing to work on, some meditation or sound healing, whatever. Keep me connected to vibration, source, whatever. So now I get to this point and I'm like, oh, I think I know what I'm doing. Maybe. We'll see. We're not sure yet.
You do. I have to tap in a little bit and share. And
Please.
if you don't want me to go anywhere, just give me the T sign. Time out. I don't know. I just see like major changes for you coming up in moving May, June, like big shifts spiritually, like moving into. I see you actually reading people. Noah, I do.
Possible.
I just feel like right now God wanted you to tune a source, however, people like to hear that, wanted you to tune in to self. But I do feel you're going to, now this is crazy. You're going to be like, Kim, stop it. That's not going to be. I literally feel like you are going to get to the point where you're going to be able to move something with your mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Game
right.
on.
Game on.
This is your, do you accept this? This is your... I don't know. I just feel like you are at the point in your life where it's time to pull the veil. You've already, like, the curtain's already kind of been moving, but like when we first did the podcast and I'd asked you, do you read for people? And you're like, no, not really. Like, it's not my thing.
I haven't been tooled for that.
Well, you're about ready to be tooled because your toolbox has got some new tools coming in. So you're going to need one of them big red ones.
Listen, I love shiny tools. I love those shiny toolboxes.
Yeah.
Snap-on.
Yes.
Whatever.
Yes. Well, you better prepare for a new
How many more drawers do I need?
You got at least 4.
4 of them?
Yeah, you got some new stuff coming in.
Okay.
Yeah.
4 drawers it is.
So
We'll see how it goes. Thank you, Kim.
no, I felt it when we first met, when we first talked in our first podcast. So it actually surprised me
That
when
I
you
hadn't
had
been.
said that you hadn't been, because my dad sure came in real quick, and all you had to do was ask,
That's it.
and he showed up.
I know.
So I just think it's a timing thing, right? And I do feel that, I kind of see spirituality as that layer, like that onion.
Yes.
When you pull back the layers
Yeah.
of any onion, your eyes will start to water, and then you'll eventually, the tears will start to drip, and you'll try to stick your head in the freezer to try to get the tears to go away. But then when you get to the center of that onion, it's so sweet that you can bite it. You maybe have 1 more, 2 more layers of pulling back, where you're shedding maybe the fear of it, or going through, life and things, whatever the case may be. But it's like you're about ready to bite that onion, and you're about ready to taste the sweetness of
I
it
know
all.
it's around the corner. I
It
know.
is. It is.
I'm being patient. They know.
Yeah.
They know I'm just here walking the earth one day at a time through the fog.
Noah's got a really cool pink shirt on today. At first I thought it was Skulls. It is Skulls.
It is Skulls, yeah. It's a golf shirt. Riverdale Ridge High School, shout out.
It's really cool.
It's a golf shirt for the golf team for Riverdale Ridge.
It's
High School.
awesome.
That's where Carter played golf, and he's down at Embry-Riddle now playing golf for them.
So now is Carter your oldest?
Carter's my oldest. He's
son?
19. He's in Prescott, Arizona, and he is on their golf team at Embry-Riddle.
That's awesome. So he's a
enjoys it.
golfer.
He's a golfer. Yeah, he's a good golfer. They're all good on that team. It's a good team. It's run by a good coach. He's got a good assistant staff. It's a nice program for him. And he's got lots of like really cool geology around him, like hiking. He's been to the Grand Canyon a couple times already. Yeah. So he's had some really cool adventures already, as well as golf. He's had some success in golf, and he's doing really good in school. Super bright. He's going to go for astrophysics. He's decided he's going to learn about all the things.
Wow.
Quantum.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
How interesting.
How proud
Yeah.
are you, Dad?
Oh, it's ridiculous. And then my middle son is awesome. His soccer knowledge and his sports ability and his GPA and like ridiculous. And my third son is just incredible as well.
So all boys. My 3 sons.
All 3 sons. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Well,
That's
tell me
so
about your
big.
kids. Let's hear it.
Oh my
People are going
gosh.
to want to know about your story.
So, well, it's so funny because I tell my son, I'm like, yeah, I'm moving on to the next generation. So now I'm talking about the grandbabies. So I actually have 1 son.
Yeah.
And he's amazing. And he has given me, he started out as a young father.
Okay.
I want to say 23 is when he first had his Braden.
Okay.
And then, so I have an 8-year-old grandson, and then I have a 5-year-old grandson.
Oh, congrats.
And they are so much fun. They just bring me so much joy. When you're a parent, what I love so much about being a grandma is that I get to I play with them. We make forts and tents. And as a matter of fact, I will send you this picture. I am not shitting you on this, Noah. When we first moved back to Parker, and we had all these boxes, these corrugated boxes. I was like, what am I going to do with all this?
Yeah.
So one day I was like, you know what? We are going to create the best. Because when kids come over, they have all these toys, but all they want to do is play in the box.
They don't want your toys.
No, they don't want the toys.
They want the cardboard. Give me the washing machine box any day.
Exactly. So we had all this. So we spent months, probably 4-6 weeks. We created an entire Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory in the basement, all made out of corrugated boxes. And it's all with hot glue and zip ties.
It was the best.
And inside there's lights that light up, and I wish I had the picture. I would put it up there
for sure.
Up on there.
Well, I'm emailing it to me.
I will. I'll email you to it. And it was just the coolest. They would go down there and spend so much time, and I made the golden tickets. So anyway, it was just
You made the golden tickets. I was going to ask you, where'd you hide them? Do you hide them in
No, so downstairs we just put them like, well, I'll have to show it to you in order to explain it.
All right.
But there's a little pouch on the outside of the door. So, like, one part of the corrugated is Charlie's house, where, Charlie, as we know, wasn't very wealthy. He came from a very poor home. So there's, like, shackles and, on one side. And then you walk around to the other side of the corrugated box, and it's actually the chocolate factory's, like, the factory itself.
Wait, you built with theme?
Yeah,
this is awesome.
It was
so cool.
It was so cool. And and then you come around the corner. Like, I wanted to go inside and do like one room where, lick a strawberry, it tastes like a strawberry. lick a raspberry, it tastes like, or boysenberry, whatever.
Yeah.
A snozberry. What's a snozberry? Remember when she does that? Okay, so there was going to be a little
Veruca
room.
Salt, right?
Yeah.
What's a snozberry?
Yeah, exactly. So there was going to be like, I was going to download on my printer the actual wallpaper, glue it up on the wall, and it got to a point where it was just fine the way it was. So it was
Okay, we've got to this point. It's 80% good. Let's have fun.
Yeah. So then my son was like, Mom, you need to extend it. You need to do this and you need to do that. And I'm like, if we ever move out of this house, I don't know what we're going to do, because I am not destroying that Wonka factory.
It's got to go with the house.
Yeah, it has to go to the house, because it was a lot of fun to do. So, it's just those kinds of things that you get to do with, I still have responsibility, with
sure,
him.
yeah.
Of course I do.
Yeah.
But I just get to play and have fun, and I get to do over.
Yeah.
So like the things that maybe I didn't, there's no handbook that drops from the heavens that lands in our lap.
Why isn't there, by the way?
I don't know, but there needs to be. Can you guys work on that?
Can we get a manual down here somewhere?
We really like it, yes.
Get a download link.
Yes.
Something.
And download it all through Noah.
Yeah, I'll take it.
He'll know exactly what
I'll
to do with it.
put it on screen for everybody.
He'll know exactly what to do with it.
Yeah.
But, as parents, we can always look back and go, oh, I should have done this a little differently, or I should have done that. Like, we do the best that we know how to do in the moment. And so when you get to have like a grandchild and you're just like, oh, I kind of did this before. So I now get to...
And you get to put all your presence in that moment with your grandson or daughter or whoever.
Yeah. Yeah. So
and
that's...
you are there.
Yeah.
And they feel it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, 100%.
I know. We got kids in the neighborhood and stuff, and they love coming over.
Yeah.
Can you imagine why?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm super present.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing? Sometimes we'll have a little fire and a little, solo stove or whatever. And we'll play cornhole out in front of in the street, playing cornhole with neighbors or whatever. Pickleball. I painted a pickleball court in front of my house during COVID. I was like, oh, come tell me to take it down.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
We're doing what we want to do by ourselves, playing pickleball during COVID.
That's great. That's great.
So people come, they hang, they bring their kids, they bring their bikes, we throw cornhole, and just high levels of interaction with great people. Yeah. It's
And
fantastic.
that's what makes the grandbaby thing. So tell my husband, sorry, I'm moving on to the next generation. You're out of here. I'm focusing over here now. Of course, he knows I'm joking when I say that.
Yeah.
But no, he's really he's very successful. He works for a plumbing supply company.
That's awesome.
Fortune 500 company that he manages. He does very well.
That's cool.
He's been there for 8 years.
Nice.
And it seems like he's always getting promotion. So shout out to you. Whoop, whoop.
Shout out.
Nice work, Austin. His name.
That's cool.
Yeah, yeah. So
How old is Austin?
he's 31.
All right. Okay. So young father, 23. You know what? That might just play out really well. Right? 23 is that's pretty good age to be a dad. 18, that might be a little young.
Yeah.
That's a little young. But 23, you got a chance to, make a little money, figure out a little bit of stuff in the world before you got bogged down with all the responsibility of diapers and formula and all that stuff. Man, those were the days.
Yeah.
Woo.
Well, we were playing something the other day, kind of like bocce.
Yeah.
We were just doing it because we went and sat on a patio and we wanted to have some lunch. And so, in Highlands Ranch.
Okay.
And so we were sitting out back and the weather was nice. And of course, the boys were there. So we're always trying to come up with something innovative to do. And so we all started just kind of, okay, here's the peg. What was the Masters this weekend, right? So like the guys were like, oh, we got to see who's going to win. And, so we had it in the background. And so we pretty much, here's the peg, here's the next hole. Like how close can you get the rock and whatever. And then we started playing dice. We brought some dice. So we were playing like, onesies, twosies, threesies, foursies or whatever.
Yeah.
And somehow or another, I kind of got bunco. I got, all fours. And so we were all like, yeah. And then my one grandson's like, they call me Noi, N-O-I.
Noi.
Noi, which is a whole different thing I'll tell you about later.
Okay.
It's a great name. I love it. I'm proud to wear it.
Okay.
And so he ended up getting Bunko too. And I'm like, that's right. That's because you're one of Noi's boys, baby. So I have all boys. All boys. So
Look at the parallel.
So I need to get a shirt. I need to make my T-shirt that says Noi's Boys on it.
Noi's N-O-I.
N-O-I.
N-O-I. And then we're going to do apostrophe S, or what are you going to do? N-O-I apostrophe S?
N-O-I apostrophe S.
Noi's
Boys.
All right.
And it may be B-O-Y-Z.
Ooh.
You know, like hanging with my
okay.
homies and a bunch of,
Good job, kid.
we do have a lot of fun together. I'm very active and I love it. So
Good. Well, that's awesome.
yeah.
I know. At some point, I'm sure some grandbabies will be in my path. Hopefully not too soon.
Yeah.
Carter, Braden, but sometime soon.
We both have a Braden.
We both have a Braden.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kim,
I know. This is so much fun.
it is so cool. This is sometimes I get a little lost. Like right now, I am lost. And this doesn't happen very often.
So I don't mean to laugh because it's just funny because we have so much coming in when we speak to each other, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get so like wrapped up and excited in that spiritual energy. And then the next thing you know, it's just, I did a,
You were halfway through a topic we were just covering 10 minutes ago, and I saw you get pulled away, and I had to bring you back.
yeah.
Because there's a lot of energy coming through this space right now.
There really is.
Mm-hmm.
There really is. Luke, I am
Everybody
your father.
breathe. Everybody just take a
breathe.
breath. Take a breath for a second. Just enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
I'll hit the gong.
Yeah, hit the gong because I do want to share with you something after we take a minute.
Yeah.
I think we got astrally projected out of here for a minute, and the gong kind of brought us back down.
Did it suck us back to
Suck us
earth?
back in and said,
Oh, man.
you guys need to. So I wanted to share this quote that I was doing a reading for a woman who had lost.
This was recent, right?
This was last year.
Oh, last year.
This was last summer sometime.
Okay.
And one of my most difficult sessions when I'm doing mediumship is whenever I am reading for a family, a mother, a father,
Loss.
a loss
Grief.
of a child, or even adult child. It just shouldn't be. Like no parent
It's a lot of
should
pain.
ever, have to bury or cremate their kid. Like it just shouldn't happen. So it's always difficult. Those ones are always hit a little bit harder on the heartstrings for me. But I remember I was getting ready to do a reading for this woman, and she had lost her son and older son, but still a son.
Yeah, sure.
And I remember just before, because I'll do a little meditation at home and I'll connect, but I also do a meditation with the person I'm reading for because I also want their permission. So like I do have ethics on things. I don't want to just invade people's privacy and things like that. So anyway, it was right before we were getting ready to connect, like maybe at 10 o'clock, and 9:30 I started doing a little meditation, played a little sound for myself to connect. Mm-hmm. And I heard this beautiful quote, and it said, this energy coming through. So it was almost like my guides, as well as the soul of this, the loved one that had crossed over. And it said, death doesn't separate us. Life does. Mm. Think about that. Death actually reconnects us.
Yeah. Read it again.
Death doesn't separate us. Life does.
All the shit that we deal with in life pulls us apart.
Mm-hmm. And death actually reconnects us. It brings us back together again. So I was floored when that came through, and it was one of the first things that I shared with the mom. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I just wanted to share it with you today because so many people, think about it, like when we're alive and
this is so impactful, by the way.
Yeah.
Right? And how many words is this?
I don't
8?
know, 1, 2, 3,
10.
10.
Exactly 10 words. And the impact that has, if you really think that shit through, is so important. Like could be a lesson for everybody listening to this little segment right here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That 10
Yeah.
word.
And I'm going to repeat it one more time. Death doesn't separate us. Life does. It's life that separates us, guys. We get angry at people. We don't talk to them anymore. Well, I'm not talking to this person because they did this or that. We get caught up in the minutia of life.
Anger.
Yes. And then we all of a sudden lose someone that we loved, and then we're beating ourselves up over why didn't we make it right.
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing you know, we're going to a medium to ask for help to connect with that person because we still love them. So you know what? I know, yes, it's hard. Of course it's hard to lose anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I guess this is a really quick reminder for everybody out there. Like, is it really, like, take a minute, appreciate the people in your life, be grateful.
Yeah.
That
Gratitude is so important.
Gratitude.
Every day you're here, if you can remember, say a little gratitude.
Yes.
To the universe, to yourself, to your team.
Yes. And don't get caught in the minutia, the bullshit.
Right.
Okay. Like, okay, so you guys got in a little spat because, you know, you didn't agree to something. Like, is it really that big of a deal that you're going to stop talking and not be friends anymore?
Right.
Like,
oh my gosh.
Especially family.
There's so many of these families out here that just they get disconnected because of some stupid little thing. It's usually about stuff. It's usually about grandma's vase that, you know, somebody was promised. And then there's this huge argument about this vase and who it belongs to and who it should go, all that crap. And it's just a vase. Now, you can always remember your grandmother.
Right.
Or you can always find a penny on the ground. Right. But you don't have to fight about stuff ever.
Right.
It is not important at all.
I agree. And I think that's part of the transition from the 3D to the fourth and the fifth dimension.
I think people are picking up on that.
Yeah.
A little bit.
You know, simplicity.
Yeah.
You know, shedding. Like, we can't take it with us when we go.
What are you going to do with all this stuff?
You know, it's true. Like, and the thing too, I know this is going to kind of be a little bit of a right corner I'm making here, just, you know, kind of off
following
track
you.
for a second.
I got you.
But like, you know, I often think about like people like in mortgages and when they go to buy a house, and like right now, so many people, it's really difficult to purchase a house, especially for our young kiddos
Absolutely.
right now, right? And so it's like, I don't know, part of me, I used to be in mortgages and real estate, so I can't even believe that I'm saying this, but like at one point I'm like, why do I even want to own a home again?
Yeah.
Because, you know, why do we work so hard to pay it off?
Right.
Because, you know, it's there to make it affordable, right? But like in the end, when something is, you know, happens, we all have an expiration date.
Yeah.
We all do at one point, right? Like,
Yep.
But like we've got, you know, someone passes, and God forbid, let's say someone passes, and then they've got this house, and then it goes into probate if there's not a will, and then it does all this, and then there's all these things inside this house. And then, you know, the people that are left behind have to come in and deal with all this. And it's like, when we are ready to step into that fifth dimension, we don't need these things.
Nothing. We don't need anything.
We don't need to have, you know, yes, I'm a very sentimental person. Like I keep the little rocks that my grandchildren pick me up, you know, give me, everything that they color for me. I have it in a little file. Like, I am sentimental, but I don't know, maybe it's just the age, the older we get, the more we realize that we don't need that stuff.
Yes, I think, there's definitely a moment where you're like, what do I have all this crap for?
Yeah. Yeah.
What am I going to do with
For
all
what?
of it? For what?
Somebody to have to go through when I'm not here anymore to go, why did she
exactly.
keep this?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Listen, my great grandma, she gave me this super old violin and this old chest, and all the family members, they all wanted something, and I was like, please don't give me anything. I don't want anything from her. The only thing I wanted from her was time, and she gave me as much as she could. As much as she could. It was so nice to spend time with my great grandmother.
Wow. Wow.
She was so special to me.
Was
She was one of those people, you know, like in your life, you always have one
Yeah.
where you've got that anchor, that relentless love,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I don't know why I just keep hearing Eleanor or Eloise.
No, Esther.
Esther. Okay, I got the
Esther,
E
you
right.
got the E
Thank
right.
you. I got the E.
She comes down every once in a while. She taps me on the shoulder. Proud of you. I watch you all the time. Blah blah blah. I'm like, hey, Gigi. You know, I call her
We called her
Gigi.
Gigi.
Great grandma, yeah. Because I couldn't say Esther when I was like, 2, 3, whatever.
Yeah.
So they figured out, hey, just call her Gigi. And that stuck. And then my first name isn't Noah. My first name is David. They always just call me Noah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The wonderful, powerful David.
Get out of here.
I like
would
that.
Noah of Oz is probably better.
So does anybody call you David?
No.
Or it's just always Noah now?
It's always Noah. It's always been Noah since I was very little. No.
Wow.
No. You know, like you get a name and you're like, well, that doesn't really fit.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it seemed to fit better. And my family knew it. So they called me Noah.
So that wasn't a middle name?
It was, yeah. Noah's a middle name. David's
Okay.
my first name.
So David, Noah.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's not a nickname. It's David Noah.
Okay. David Noah's it all.
Oh, my God.
David Noah's it all.
Kim.
I know. I just you are pretty brilliant.
You're out of control.
Yeah, no, I felt like an E, like an Esther, an L, something
Yeah,
with an E.
there you got it,
that was
yeah.
coming in for sure.
Mm-hmm.
One day we should, I don't know if we're even able to do this on a podcast, but maybe people can text in questions and.
Oh, we can go live on YouTube. You want to go live on YouTube?
I think it would be fun to do one day.
We'll do it
we
one
don't,
day.
We don't have to
see
do
this
it
right here?
today.
See this guy?
Yeah.
Where it says on air there? And
Okay.
I key in whatever our streaming key is for YouTube, and I can hit on air, and we'll go live on YouTube.
Yeah,
And
maybe
I
we
can
could
go to
throw
live
some
chat.
cards. We could throw
Sure.
some
Tarot.
card, tarot.
Tarot.
Tarot. And maybe we could do, connect some people to their loved ones and play a little sound. And
I love it.
That'd be super fun.
We have so many cool conversations coming up. There's my third eye is vibrating. It's just exciting, right? Almost like when I was driving in, I told you this too. I was like, it's so easy to drive in here when I know I'm going to be spending some time with you talking about all this stuff that we enjoy talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like effortless. I'm like, oh, just driving in.
I know. Today I was like, as I called in my team, and I'm like, I get to go hang out with Noah, and we get to do our thing, and they're like, we know. And I'm like, okay, is there anything that we need to talk about today? Don't worry, we got this. Like, I put it in their hands.
Yeah.
I literally say, I call in all of my team. Actually, I'm going to share with you what I do every day. 'Cause we talked about
please.
grounding.
Yeah.
Okay, we
You
talked
have a
about
routine.
routines earlier.
Yeah.
So, one of the first things that I'll do is whether it's, you can do this whenever. You can do this when you're pouring your coffee, having your tea, taking a shower, doing whatever. But it's typically done in the morning for me, and I do it at night.
Mm-hmm.
But, one of the first things I'll do is, I'll call my power back to me from any time, place, person, portal,
Okay.
or dimension, seen or unseen. I am in perfect balance with myself. I am in perfect balance with Source. Anything and all that does not serve me, I ask that you replace it with unconditional love.
Okay.
Archangel Sandalfall, I ask that you drop a beautiful anchor from the base of my root chakra, going all the way down to the depths of the core of the center of the earth and anchoring me in with the biggest anchor, like ship-size anchor, into the beautiful crystal city of love.
I'm seeing it all.
Yeah. And I want you to grab that root chakra and I want you to, wrap it all around and feel that tug. And, if you feel that tug tight enough, you'll actually pull yourself backwards a little bit.
Mm.
And then I ask that you release and transmute anything and all that doesn't serve me. Once again, returning it back to me through coming all the way back up to the core of the center of the earth. And then going all the way up my feet through every single chakra, stopping for a minute, removing and releasing, transmuting and balancing each one of my chakras, going all the way up to that top.
This is very detailed.
Shoot
You've been
up to
working
my
on
star.
this for a while.
Oh yeah, this is just something that I said. Like, it gets to the point now I can just close my eyes, visualize each little angel, and guide in what I need them to do.
It's like the chakra energy.
Yeah.
Right.
And then once I get to my my crown chakra, at that point, ask for just to shoot up all the way to my star seed, which is up in the stars.
Yeah.
And connect me with Archangel Metatron.
Metatron.
Metatron, he's the bomb. And
Hang on. 1 second.
yeah, and then I asked Metatron to drop a beautiful white pillar from my star seed going all the way down. Yes. To my Earth star and shooting back down. And it's like a rotation, right?
Yeah.
So that's the Metatron cube. right there.
Metatron's cube, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you activate on that at all?
Oh yeah, I'll actually ask to see myself in it. Balanced.
What?
Well, I'll put myself in it. I'll be like,
you will,
allow
yeah.
me to see myself in this beautiful cube.
Oh my goodness.
And just I can see myself very like sometimes it's kind of fun, but I'll see myself just in like that yoga position, nice and balanced. But yeah, so he'll shoot down beautiful white pillar from the star seed going all the way down to the Earth star
So
and connecting me.
this, when I show people this, they're like, oh, okay, what is that? Oh, what is this shape? And I was like, just stare at it. They're like, what? I was like, this shape. They're like, no, you don't. I was like, you do. You know this geometry is something you know inherently inside of you.
Yeah.
And when you look at it long enough, it'll start to activate triangles, rectangles, tetrahedrons, depending on how aware you are of these shapes and what it wants to say to you, it'll start to activate. Now that sounds nuts,
Yeah.
right? But if anybody prints off Metatron's cube and they stare at it for 10, 15, 20 seconds, it will start to activate. For you because it's a program we have inside of us.
I think it's incredible, and like it'll start to pop out, like it becomes very 3D, right? Like it'll start to. What were those? Yeah,
it'll pop out and go back. It'll pop out and go back. Explain that to people.
Yeah, I mean it's just like you said, activation, sacred geometry, beautiful angelic angel, powerful, right? It's pretty cool. Metatron is a very powerful,
very powerful archangel, right? Helped design and architect the universe.
Yes.
I wonder where he is now.
Hanging out with us.
Chilling.
We'll just call him in.
What's up, Metatron?
Yeah. What's up, buddy?
I know.
We're so happy you're here.
You know, when I first learned this shape, and I was like, Metron. And I was like, there's a video game called Metron. It's not Metron. No, it's Metatron.
Metatron.
Yeah. So it took me a little bit. I was like, you have to practice that a few times so you don't jack that up so he doesn't put you in his cube.
So he puts you in your in the cube. You're in big trouble.
You're in big trouble. Don't go in the cube without support.
Exactly.
You'll be in trouble.
You might be. That's where you're going to do your podcast from when you're beamed up into Metatron's cube. That's a pretty cool name, actually, Metatron.
It's
think
awesome.
about it. Think if you were to do like a complete podcast for these higher beings of
I can't even. That is seems very possible somehow. But in no way I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
I will be.
When it's time.
But not. Yeah. It's.
Okay, so can I ask about the treasure? Have you done any I
haven't done any searching. No, not yet. Nope. I've got all the pages. I've got all the pages ready to go.
Okay.
So as soon as I'm ready, I'm going to unfold all that, and we're going to share. We're going to do it together, but we're not going to do it together today because I got to prep a little bit. I got to get ChatGPT ready.
Look at.
Of course, it's
actually it's
111.
Yeah. Okay, new beginnings. See,
pay attention.
You call in your angels,
Pay
and
attention.
then they like show up on the podcast, and you're like, "Wow, how did that just happen?"
There you go. Yeah, it's a little bit better.
It
It was a little low for you today. Check. You're good.
All right.
Good job, Kim.
Yeah, thanks. So earlier we were talking about calling in angels. We called in angels, and then we looked up at the right
111.
time, and we saw 111.
And it's still 111.
This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, when your awareness is brought to something to observe it.
Yeah.
Why am I observing this? Just give yourself a pause, right? Why? Why am I seeing this right now? Why am I seeing 1212?
Yeah.
Or 111? It's like all day.
Screenshot it on your phone, because in the moment,
Yeah.
like for the people that maybe aren't familiar with like the different angels and the meanings of the onesies and the twosies, threes, fours, all the way up, I have so many pictures on my phone because I screenshot everything.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, why do I need this?
I don't know.
Well, in the day, I may not have time to stop and be like, okay, as long as I saw that today, 111.
Yeah.
I may later on have 4 or 5 different screenshots of different numbers, license plates, whatever, and I'll look back, and then I'll be like, okay, source, I'm ready to hear. Tell me why I received this today.
Why all the puzzles today?
Why the puzzles? You love puzzles.
I do. I'm super good at riddles and puzzles and all that stuff. I love them. Patterns. I can see all these patterns.
Yeah.
So many. Human patterns, real patterns, the game shows. I see all these patterns on game shows. I am not good at linguistic patterns, but I'm really good with numerical patterns.
Okay.
Really, I can pick them up really fast. But language patterns, I'm not. I'm not seeing so much. Human parallels, I see those all the time. Like everybody's got a doppelganger, and they all have right. We come from 5,000 molds or whatever. It's not that. I'm just saying, everybody has somebody that looks like them on this planet in some way, shape, or form. Why? Why do they look that way? Why do they look so similar to me, or I look so similar to them?
Have you came across your doppelganger?
Louis C.K. People say I look like Louis C.K. When I have my beard grow out a little bit more, and he's got red in his beard.
Okay, Louis.
You want to look at him?
Yeah, I need to see this.
You need to see.
Yeah, I need to see.
Here we go. All right, Louis C.K. There he is.
Okay, I can.
Are you seeing it?
I can see a little bit of a resemblance.
There's some resemblance there, huh? I don't know. Is it perfect? No. But is it close? Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe. Let's see. Put it on the screen for people to see. What do you guys think? Do I look like Louis C.K.?
I think there is some similarities, but I don't think he's your straight up doppelganger.
Not straight up.
Yeah.
But this, like that right there, disheveled a little bit, maybe with a tie. I could do that. I could pull that off, right?
Yeah. Oh no, you can absolutely pull that off. Yeah. and then the third picture, the third picture with the red behind, like
Right
I can
here.
see, like I can.
I could pull that off.
Yeah,
too?
I could feel you could pull that off too.
It's not exact, but
Yeah.
they had to change a little something. It can't be
Absolutely.
They can't be the exact same DNA, right?
No.
No.
Absolutely not. You're
No.
unique.
That's right.
Just like he is. Okay, well, back in the day, you're going to laugh. I'm again going to date myself.
No, Kim.
When I was a kid in, high school and college,
Mm-hmm.
Barbara Mandrell.
Barbara
Stop
Mandrell.
it.
What?
I had feathered hair. I also got a bit of Kelly Ripa when I was younger.
Yeah.
And a little Michelle Pfeiffer. I guess I'll take.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
all of
pretty
it. Why
cool.
not all of it?
But definitely not my doppelganger. But,
Okay. Listen, I'm seeing some similarities there.
you can see,
Yeah.
I just don't these days.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't see. Maybe just
eyes?
the eyes.
The eyes, the nose. It's
But
pretty close, man.
The way that she wore her hair,
Yeah.
I think, not in that particular picture, but
Sure.
yeah, I don't know. They're like, oh my god, you look just like. See right there, this one,
This guy, this one right here.
the black,
black and white?
the black and white one. Yeah,
Black and
because
white
I was a feather haired girl. Back in the '80s, guys.
Of course, 80s hair.
high hair and
Yes.
all kinds of cool stuff.
That's a lot of hairspray.
That is, it was awesome.
You
You
were-
could not light a cigarette. We'd all go up and smoke.
Kim, you were the reason why we had to do these chlorofluorocarbon papers in school because we were depleting the ozone. The hairnet was, or Aquanet or whatever it was, that was so popular.
Yeah, it's still probably some really badass hairspray.
Tearing up and leaking over here out of my right eye.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
What happened?
I don't know. Usually it's joy leaking out of there.
Well,
No,
good.
like the visceral cry is human. Sometimes the spirit cry can be just joy and just leaks out sometimes.
Yeah.
Just whoop.
Just, yeah. Sometimes for me, it's just dry eye.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, just have dry
It just
eye.
leaks out for me. I leak.
Aw. With joy, though. With joy,
yeah,
he leaks,
definitely
he leaks
not
with joy.
sadness. Not right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you, one day, I think we should play some sound for the audience.
We're going to play sound for the audience for sure.
And I think that we should
We'll do some tarot.
do some tarot.
Yeah.
Maybe we could take some fresh, questions.
We'll do a live
we'll do a
session.
live?
Let's do a live. And what we'll do, we'll prep people. We'll say hey, we'll do a live on April 28th or whatever.
Yeah.
We'll pick a day, whatever it is. And then we'll say, hey, join us for live next week, whatever. Mm-hmm. Right?
And you know what's crazy? I just saw this snippet in my third eye, just like that. As we're doing this, you're going to be like, oh, I'm just going to sit back and monitor everything. No. Mm-mm.
No.
It's when you're going to start. That is at the moment that you are going to start throwing out what you're hearing. Because people are going to be asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be like, hey, they're going to type a question. You're probably going to read it out loud.
Okay.
And you and I, and you may, all I'm going to do is tap in whether I throw cards or I'm tapping into my,
Okay. This is a good test for me.
And you are going to be like, oh, I actually heard blah, 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 blah. And you're going to do your thing. And then the next thing you know, they're going to be typing going, yes. And you're going to be like, holy shit, Kim, I didn't think I could do this. Yes, you can. And you will.
Sure.
And it may not be something that you want to do often,
Right.
because it can be draining.
Yeah.
It can be
It takes
draining.
energy.
It takes energy.
People don't
Yeah,
understand that.
Yeah.
Jumping timelines, reading people. It's physical work.
Mm-hmm.
It takes effort. Our body definitely feels effort from that activity.
Mm-hmm.
Our nervous system, our brain,
100%.
breath. A lot of times you can get out of a reading or a high energy situation and be jittery, right?
Yeah,
For a while.
absolutely. And then you can't sleep
Can't sleep.
because there's just too much going on.
Can't get rid of it.
And especially now, this is not my forte. I'm not saying that I have done it in the past. Not my thing. It's a tool in my toolbox, but it's not one I take out often.
Okay.
And that's really removing negative, negative entities, negative energy,
Sure.
things
Yeah,
like that. That takes a lot of energy.
Do you shield a lot? Do you bubble your house, or do you shield yourself? Do you do that kind of stuff?
Every single
Every
day.
day. Yeah.
Every day and every night.
Yeah.
And then I put a beautiful gold dome on the outside.
People don't understand how important that is. Actually, it's really important to understand that you can protect yourself at any point in time from anything.
100%. And, I tell people too, like, just even be careful who you are shaking hands with.
Yeah.
That is an exchange of energy, guys. They forget that.
It is.
Like hugging someone, like really pulling, just giving them a hug. Like, and I'm not trying to say be a jerk or anything. Like, if you enjoy somebody, hug them. I'm not saying don't touch people. What I'm saying is that be careful who you are touching and hugging and shaking hands with, because that is an exchange of frequency and energy. And if someone isn't the best kind of person,
right,
and they want to come up and go, oh, hey, and they give you a hug and you're like, oh, God,
Ugh,
that just didn't feel
yucky.
good. Control, Alt, Delete. Control,
Reboot
Alt, Delete.
that shit.
That
Get
shit
outta
up
here.
fast,
Yeah.
Because it can. I mean, energy, it attaches.
It does.
Like,
It
think
does.
about the little lint balls
But-
you get on your clothes when you do laundry.
Listen, not the emotional body, but your ethereal body, your spirit body, right, exists outside of you in a range of distance. So your field is getting interacted when people are getting close to you, and it could be 30 feet away. Right, depends on how sensitive you are. But then, if you're hugging, your fields are literally intertwined.
Right.
Mixing together. So that's why it's important when Kim says, "Hey, pay attention to who you're hugging to. Pay attention to who you're hugging."
And it's true, because, here's another metaphor.
Yeah.
You go to pull out your clothes. Here we go with laundry again. This is Dad. Dad's coming
where's
in
the
right
penny?
now. So Dad's coming in, when you pull your laundry out, you forget to put a
Where's
dryer
the penny?
sheet in there. yeah, exactly. We need the penny. We need the gong. Hey, Dad. And you pull your clothes out and they have all these lint on them, and you have to pull the lint roller out.
The little lint balls or whatever.
I want you guys to imagine when if you've hugged someone or you've been around someone that you just didn't like the energy on, close your eyes and just imagine that you have all these little lint balls
Just pick them off.
that are drawn to your ethereal body right now. And if you want, close your eyes and imagine that you've got the roller. And roll it up, and it's just sucking it away, like,
picking 'em right
and
up.
picking it right up. It's all about intention, and it's really about where we focus. It's about intention.
Somebody brought this to my attention the other day. Remember that lint shaver you could get for your, like, it would shave the little pills off?
Yeah.
I was playing billiards the other day, and my buddy was like, I wish I had a lint shaver. I was like, what?
The little round thing that you can put it on.
Just shave your lint off. Well, his pool table had some balls on it that we needed to pull off.
Yeah, so it's just like that.
Just like that.
And even Reiki, when people are doing Reiki, and they're literally will pluck what they see energetically,
Why do you think there's so many modalities? Why do you think people have all these different things that they can do? Why do you think that? I mean, I know why it is, but what do you think?
I think they're like a 365 or 380 crayon box, like you don't always want to use the same color all the time. And I think that there's many ways to heal.
Yeah.
And there's many ways to connect with, your higher self.
Yeah.
For some people, it's through sound. Other people, maybe it's through meditation. Some people, it's, through Reiki or calling in their angels. So I don't think there's one way.
Well, there's definitely not one way. There's certainly so many different ways. And I think it's because there's so many ways. You have to have enough people to do all the different things. I don't think one person can do all of the things. Right?
And nor should we try.
Or nor should we try.
It's too much.
Right, because you're going to get a level of focus in one particular modality that you're really good at.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you try something else. You're not good at it at all. Right? If you practice at it, can you get a little better? But it's not instinctively natural to you.
Right.
Right? And so you're just trying to fight upstream and go nowhere. Right? Well, that was a really good one. Where did that come from? Fight upstream and go nowhere. Yeah, that's what I said.
Upstream without a paddle.
Upstream without a paddle.
Yeah, no, and I think we're constantly learning too, the more diving in, the more we dive in, the more crumbs we find. I was watching somebody on social media the other day doing I think this came up last week, but doing the dowsing rods, right?
Oh, yeah.
And just, asking questions. And there's so many unique ways to get yes and no's. Like, you could have a necklace on with a cross on it and pull it off your chest and literally hold it. And now you have a pendulum. And
Oh,
you can
yeah.
actually
Right.
like set intentions for that cross necklace and say, you know what, Source, I ask that you put beautiful love, light, energy, integrity into this necklace as I'm about ready to ask a question, and I need your assistance in getting the answer. You set the intention, and then you ask, show me a sign of no, and let the necklace do what direction it's going. Show me the sign for yes. Let it do its thing. Like there's so many. You can be out in nature and look down and see, oh my God, there's a heart rock. Okay, I guess I'm supposed to take this job or whatever the case may be. People, if you look for it, it is there.
It's there.
What's that movie? If you build it, they will come.
Have you ever seen the movie? Now, since we're talking about movies, thank you for triggering that. Have you ever seen The Adjustment Bureau with Matt Damon? Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. Yeah, you're gonna have to
I'm gonna
watch
have to
this.
write that
You're gonna have
down.
to write this one down. So.
The Adjustment Bureau
Yep.
with Matt Damon.
And Emily Blunt. Do you want to play the trailer? I think we can play the trailer without getting into any trouble.
Okay.
I'm not sure though. We'll see.
Yes, we're gonna find out,
We'll
aren't
see.
we?
Yeah, we'll see in a second. All right, here we go.
Perfect was that. I need to. When did that come out?
That was 2013. I think.
Oh wow! So it's been a while.
It's been a minute. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna watch that. Maybe even tonight if I have time.
Well, there you go.
That looks so good.
It is so good. It is an excellent, excellent movie. Certainly one of my favorites because, you know, all the things, it's all this stuff, all these timelines and choices and decisions and movie strips.
Yeah.
All I mean, and the book seems so realistic. Like, oh, look at that little, yeah, there it is. How complex is
flow chart.
life and
Yeah.
all these
Well,
little.
And what if you think like, you know, when you connect with the Akashic records, you know, so I believe that every time that we leave this meat suit, I guess we'll call it, and we're completed here
Yeah.
in this life, our soul is the one that writes about our life.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody writes our
No,
life
we
but
record
us.
it. We record it.
Yes.
Yes.
And so, like, could you imagine if you, like, I don't know, when it showed the inside of the book, it was like, oh, that's Akashic record
That looked
stuff.
very familiar, didn't it?
Yes, it did. It looked very familiar.
Why did it look familiar to us?
Yeah, it's
Why does that book look familiar, Kim?
it's Akashic record collections, right?
Somebody knew about
And we're determined to keep
how
it that
this
way.
book looked like,
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
they?
I mean, I remember there were times in my life when I would look back and go, okay, so again, I told you we grew up in upstate New York, and I used to love to sing as a young girl. I used to do stage, theater and all that stuff. And
Yeah, I was a thespian as well.
okay, awesome.
Antigone and Old Lace, Antigone, Arsenic and Old Lace. There's several plays I was in.
Oh, that's awesome. So mine was pretty young, and then right when I had getting ready to turn 13, the gentleman that I was doing plays with had called my mom and it's like, hey, we want Kim to do the King and I. I guess I'm the I part.
Okay.
I don't know. As
Yeah, right.
And I'd never, really even paid attention. I didn't even know the script at all. But I played Alice in Alice in Wonderland and Cinderella and all that good stuff. Young, youthful,
Very fun.
between 10 and 12 and stuff. So theater was my jam. And she's like, sorry, she can't do this. We are moving to Colorado. So I often wonder, like, would I still be in upstate New York? Would I have taken my career to, like, Broadway or what? Don't you
an
ever
acting
wonder an
path.
acting path of some kind? And so, but now I'm like, I'm really just happy that I'm here in the moment. But there are
There you go.
times, like as a younger, in my 20s or in my 30s, I was like, I wonder what my life would have. Like, I wish there was a way. Like, I remember being really drawn to peyote as a kid. Like, not as a kid, but like, I don't know, 17, 18 years old. Because
Okay.
I always thought, like, ooh, I kind of want to see, like, what my future or where the lives that I've lived before. And I always saw myself as a little girl with long black braided hair.
Okay.
And so I think that maybe in a past life, one of my father might have been a chief, because I have spent some time in, doing sweat lodges, and you guys, they're tough. They're tough.
Oh, yeah.
but you push yourself through it, and it's really incredible. I've never done peyote, but I've always been drawn to like peyote. I want a vision quest. That's the word I want. I want to dive into the quest of my life, even if I get to see like what it was in another life, or what I learned, or why I'm rolling into this life.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So peyote, you think can do that? Because I don't know anything about peyote at all. You know, maybe.
I mean, I think it's similar to an ayahuasca. It's a male. The peyote is the male, the masculine,
Is it?
Divine energy.
Okay.
Whereas ayahuasca is called the grandmother.
Yeah. Okay, that makes
And
sense.
so, you can sip it. There's actually retreats you can go and actually do ayahuasca.
Right.
And of course, people will hold space. Like, it's not like you're going to someone's basement and drinking a bunch of ayahuasca and having a good old time. And you guys, this is intense.
This is a real
intense
life
journey
thing.
So I haven't quite gotten there, but it has been something that I've been curious about. So one day I might have to experience it and kind of.
And that's local here too. We talked about this a little bit, didn't we? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
So, who knows?
Yeah, you don't have to go to South America anymore.
No.
Nope.
No, you can do it.
It exists right here.
I think there's some facilities you can actually go to here in Colorado. I know that there's some people that actually will do journeying for you.
Oh yeah.
And pretty intense. You're a weekend getaway journey.
Oh yeah.
So
It'd change your life in 48 hours.
Yeah.
Forever.
So one day when
Open
that
you
happens,
up.
I'll share my story.
Okay.
So, wow.
We'll have to plan that. We're going to plan a live.
Yep, we're going to do a live, guys.
We'll plan a recap of ayahuasca, which that could be hours long, maybe, right?
Yeah. There's just so many, like, I remember just thinking back in the day, like, I don't know, like the whole psilocybin, the ayahuasca, the peyote, like, you guys, these are all forms of medicine.
They're tools.
And they're tools.
I look at them as tools.
I do too.
They were told us the whole time. This was shoved down our throat, the DARE program, DARE to drugs, don't do them, you're going to waste your life. They lied to us the whole time.
I agree.
I mean, listen, don't do a whole bunch of hard drugs. Don't do that.
Right.
But if you're taking a mushroom or you're having a little marijuana to open yourself up, to relax, to work on yourself, please. That's what we need. We need those tools to do that. Otherwise, we're just running around like rats, just buying groceries and eating. Not paying attention to anything else.
And setting intentions with the medicine.
Of course.
Like if you're, you come home and you're like, oh, I want to get really deep in this book today,
Right.
or I want to write, or, I want to write something for my book. I could set intentions over the medicine. But
Give me a little guidance.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Open up my creativity, do whatever. So I don't know. There's just so many things that are coming up in the world today where I think that they've been hiding.
Yeah.
They've been hiding. And I'm glad that Colorado is a state that we can
It's opened up.
It has opened up to let people finally tap into some of this medicine. That
And I feel like
we've
we've kind of like pushed the knife edge forward for many things related to this opening spirit, journeying, searching for yourself, finding yourself. That, like, Colorado's a pretty good place for that. I think we've got an opportunity. We started medical and recreational marijuana very early. There's still states that are still illegal, which seems so absurd.
Crazy to me.
People fly here to buy things and then fly home and nobody says shit.
Yeah.
Look, what are we doing? I mean, I thank you for getting the revenue to Colorado. We appreciate it.
Right.
Because it's not getting spent on any roads here anyway, so I don't know where it's going.
Where is it going?
Or the schools, because it didn't go to there either. Schools and roads, $5. What is that going to help?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, and aren't they trying to put together, I think we passed something, a couple years ago for psilocybin. It's decriminalizing it.
Yeah.
And, they've got to figure out the rules to it and what you can and can't do. But there is beauty in everything. What children, are we going to look at are we going to feed oh, that's really bad for you, you shouldn't do it because that's what they told us all our life.
That's what they told us.
Yeah.
Or
are we going to go, wow, we're going to do our research on this and go, wow, this has actually been able to cure cancer, stop seizures, do all these different things and go, wow, where do I want to focus my energy? I think I'm going to go ahead and focus it on what it can do for me positively. And now, everything everything is good and bad. And that's just it. Everything has good and bad in it. Where are you going to focus your energy?
I had this conversation yesterday. The yin and yang. You can't have joy without
Pain.
Can't have love without hate. It has to exist. We don't want it to because we're told we're not supposed to have these negative things, but it has to exist to have the balance. There's no other way, right?
Everything has to. I mean, think about it. Okay, this is going to be a very bold statement.
All right.
I heard this. This is not a Kim original thought. I heard this, and someone said, "Okay, if God is both, this is going to be pretty powerful." So I got to say it right. God is both God, and I don't know if you believe in Satan, but God is both this. Or we'll just say evil.
Just balanced. God is both.
God is. I was just going to say.
We're all part of God.
The beautiful, loving, almighty God is God. But when God's pissed off or does not like something, who does God actually, on the scale, who does he turn into? Evil. Right? So we have all of that within us. Oh,
super high ringing
left ear.
Super high.
Left ear. Yeah. Okay, so that one hit that. They're like, yeah, this is a good topic right here. I mean, it's scary to say. Like, God is both evil and love all at the same time. That's what we are. We are both good and bad. But what are we feeding more of? Some people in life choose to feed the darker pieces of themselves. Other people want to feed other people who are just trying to frickin' figure out how to survive.
Yeah.
And they just do the best that they can with what they have, right?
Yeah.
So that can go really deep. But
They're just hanging on, just for dear life, A lot of people, Kim, a lot are just like, wake up, do the routine. Hopefully I make it home, have a 6-pack and do it again. Right. And then if eventually you're like, okay, this has got to be enough. I got to find the balance to this. And eventually you're like, either you dive deep and you do all this super hard work that's super painful, and then you emerge into this joyful cycle, or you stay stuck and you just cycle up and down in the pain and joy like this. And very little joy, very little pain, or more pain, very little joy. Right?
Yeah.
Sad.
It is sad.
It's rough to watch. Should we wrap this up, Kim?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think this has been great.
It's been an excellent, another podcast.
It was so much fun. Thank you, Noah. My hands are so cold.
It's okay. Thank you, Kim.
Next time I need to bring a hoodie.
We're going to go live, not next time, but we're going to tell everybody when we're going to go live next time.
Maybe in time before next.
Perfect.
Time after next.
Time after
before.
next. The next time we're going to tell people, and then the time after next we're going to go live.
Yep. We look forward. You guys, thank you so much for listening.
Bye, everybody.
Take care.
Thanks, Kim.